watching at home. The gray is what they're most likely to lock in, and then the green is what they do pick. So no neon here. Womp womp. But still, thoughts on the composition overall side?
Was the Asher utility trying to get in here? They're actually trying to threaten Sick a little bit up top, but they're not looking at the man below. That's Ban and company just getting all kinds of entries.
Yeah, the entry from Ban was near flawless just before the fragment comes through, and then the final shot will also connect, leaving Shazam for a 1v4. Obviously not a situation you're going to be feeling all that favorable about, but see if you can at least make it somewhat interesting. Either it's off of kills from exits, or maybe just information as he tries to make a play for a retake. And as he gets the first point of contact versus Ban, and then backing away, that will force a couple of defenders to start to rotate. Ziff up top, and to get the wall for a bit of high ground, and Ban once again just dashing forward, able to at least retrieve one rifle after the first hill comes out, but can't make any use of it. So now Shazam is kind of stuck behind this slow orb inside arches. Good isolation for the Knights as they make their way on, should lead to a spike plant.
Yeah, and that's one of the things Knights are known for on this map is these bursty plays with the stage boost through window with the barrier. And now it's going to force Sentinels to have to play a retake here. Ten's able to get it back into a 3 versus 3, and they do have a lot of utility and the superior firepower. They also have Frosty down very low on HP. There's definitely still a way in.
So it's going to be a stack from the staircase, spamming things down. Ziff only able to collect one. Frosty still staying concealed by the double boxes, though close. Now here's the reload, makes his position known and capitalize.
Quick, and yeah, they're getting in here. They're closing out market with utility. They're trying to get the switch, but Dapper's Nano Swarm stops him from getting that door closed early and gets a kill back. And he's in this double stack corner. Will they check him? There's also Odin in the back of the site.
Ban's able to take down one. Off the plant, though. Dapper, 1v1, sees the shoulder of Ban, takes the peek, finds the fourth. 1v1 now with Ziff on the site. Gets the information. You can't hide that ponytail. But Ziff will back away just for a small moment. Zoms has made his way on towards site, and Ziff may not know this, but maybe a chance to isolate. No! Sentinel's ability that Dapper brings is not just his individual clutch, but his different looks setup-wise have been really, really cool. This time, a lot of that being stacked up towards tree, and as the lockdowns create a bit of a Venn diagram through mid, here comes the hit. Ban has to actually push through all of that utility from the placement of Dapper, and well, they do get their way onto site, but it's not what I would call clean, and Dapper reveals his position up time for another double, and then just toying with this food.
Kind of confirm this, and now here comes the ult, and here comes the kill from Zoms.
So good. The Null Command completely putting this attack into essentially what is a crawl. Scuba, though, able to work his way forward. That's decent for another elimination, but the problem is it's him and Gangsta versus what's going to feel like the world, especially with Sentinels stacked up towards heaven like this. Ten's a little bit of a peek over the top of the generator. Nothing there. Sight. So the Cosmic Divide will be called out, blocks off this play through heaven. Nebula Gravity Wells also being placed on both sides of this attack. 15 seconds to go. Six still holding close, though. Doesn't just get one, gets so much damage through some collided shots. Now down to 10 seconds as Frosty eventually gets the trade. Spike trying to be planted. 6 seconds on the clock, and Sentinels are going to allow this to happen as they set up for a retake.
They're fine with that, though. They got Sick a 2-for-1 trade to give them man advantage on this retake now. That's brilliant from Sentinel's side of things. Now they just need to capitalize, and well, that's a good start in the right direction.
Defensive Cosmic Divide blocks off A main. Frosty down low. Sees Ten's cross, but there's really nothing that he could do from there. The health pool's just way too low. Even longer, and Knights are almost stuck here. You gotta get in. You gotta get in quick.
Yeah, now the Owl Drone's out from Shazam, watching them come out of B main. They're really ready for this. Sick tries to disrupt through, only good for one, but Shazam spam as well as Dapper collecting a couple as well. This is being absolutely handled. Oh, or is it? Gangsta gets a couple back. This gets interesting. It's all in Frosty.
The plant will come through. Lockdown's available if Frosty wants it, but 12 HP in a dream really here in this 1v2 would have to be incredible shots with the Guardian in hand. Ten's up close, gets an opportunity, but Ten's dashes away. Pistol will finish the job.
Pressured them.
And the flash will again delay any inevitable hit that's coming through. Even sends out the Null Command just in case, but Knights are waiting a little bit longer. Defensive lockdown will be placed as a counter. One player detained off the offense, but nothing really defined there, as that was Sick, who was put in detainment, and now he's recovered. 12 seconds on the clock. You've got to make a move. You've got to go quickly. Sick is still in a position to watch a lot of this cross, but Ban is able to help out. 2 kills coming through, but time is the biggest problem here. Spike's starting to be planted, and the kills will come through before. Through this Cosmic Divide, waiting to see if anyone's going to come out. And Shazam over the backside through tree actually is able to collect another elimination. So this is actually very doable, especially with the chip damage that comes through, but Ban makes the numbers advantage that steeper. It'll be now a 3v1. Scuba will tally up the final onto Shazam here, leaving just Dapper on this recollection through mid.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Ban and Gangster are low on health, so it's not impossible for Dapper, but with no information, it's going to be tough. They're playing 2 under and Scuba playing on. A little bit of a head
time and space to work with while the defense starts to rotate, and they're doing it kind of in a split fashion. You got a flank from either side coming through, so Sentinels, you need to win from the front or delay these flanks from happening, and they're kind of winning the war on both fronts at the moment, as kills will be collected very rapidly, leaving Scuba left alone through B main, and 3 different Sentinels members looking right at him. There's the suppression, Dapper on the peak behind A. Could potentially find success. The problem is the health pool, sick and tens, underneath half HP. Scuba, Nebula up. Sees the shots coming through. Actually, he's taking so much damage right now, but just wants to deny the spike from getting forward. 10 seconds on the clock. Sick trying to play from topside heaven, finds himself a rifle to work with. 0 point comes through, but again, the spike is still not on site, and that will be likely it unless they can find this kill on a Frosty, who is very avidly aware that there is not enough cover towards heaven. Dapper still holding on to sight. Support from Sick, a lot of utility to spend here, but Frosty, as there is a reveal onto Zombs, they do collect at least 1 elimination. Dapper's position now revealed. The biggest issue largely is Shazam from this advanced angle, but how about it? Gangsta's actually able to not just take him down, but actually finds the 3rd in the round, leading it to a 1v1. Ziff does collect a rifle. So an even battle, largely speaking, but Sick holds it tight, wins the 1v1, and Null Command comes out, Hunter's Fury to follow, and Scuba gets dealt with by a Nanoswarm. That is unfortunate to say the least, but there's at least a couple of counter trades to come through for the Knights, one of them being on towards Sick, but it's a very easy resurrection in the position that he had fallen.
Yep.
So we get to a 4v3, the cross being watched by Gangsta, but Sentinels, largely with all these smokes, will get on.
Yeah, I think that's the most important point. Is Sick died in a place where he could be easily res. A lot of times that KO might be in a tough spot, but look at this. Knight's fighting back all of a sudden. Spike has yet to even go down, and this is getting tough now on Sentinels. They're going to try to plant back Generator. It's just Zombs and Shazam up. Now, Frosty is low on HP, and yeah, like you said, that lockdown is going to force them into known post-plant positions, but Shazam breaks it. But now he's all alone. The problem is he loses his teammate. 1v3. Everybody knows where Shazam is. Shock Dart does connect for a little bit. They're able to get 1, but nothing more. No other utility remaining here for Sentinels. They deal with the alarm bot. Time's starting to become a bit more of a problem. Sick trying to take an off angle. Denied. Leaving it to Dapper. 1v2. Gets the opportunity for the first. Collects it and does it very cleanly. It's Dapper for the double. A 1v2 and a Red Bull clutch for Sentinels. Drone makes a little bit of progress on site as well. But look at this. Scuba able to get back in. I think he might get detected by the 0 point, though. Dodges it. Does get hit heavily by the Nanoswarm to follow. Doesn't make a difference. Scuba at least is able to take down 1 with his life. Lockdown now fades. Spike being planted. The Cosmic Divide shortly to evade also from this position through the long side at A. Recon Bolt denied. Bando on the way in. Ziff up top, good for the first. Can Sentinels hold this as a 2v3 on towards sight? Shazam collects a headshot, but cannot firm the kill. And with that, Knights will cleanly retake. Able to get out onto Switch, but there's still a man down. Sick has been whittled to such low HP. It's going to be such a tough breakthrough that he has to try to do now, and he's down. Nothing there, but Shazam at least confirms 1 trade. Sentinels jumping down together, spamming through the Nebula. Take a second with them. Ban up top, not able to connect with the operator. 3v3 as Dapper plants. The retake still needed, but there's plenty of time to set this up if you're the Knights. Not a lot of tools to necessarily use here, outside of just the weaponry that you bring to the table. Zombs watching one side, Dapper the other. Shazam the last one that would peek. Here's Dapper, tested and eventually denied. Shazam following up. He would have to get the full ace, and he may just do it. No! Scuba shuts it down. Knights taking their time with this. And they eventually do connect onto Scuba. Up top, the rest of the Knights are fully funneled. And look at the information off the dart. Resurrection will come through, but Tens wants to take the angle away. Finds another kill on a Frosty. Earns the knives. Tens for a 4th. Could potentially go for the 6-pack here. Has the next player up in ban, but ban denies. Knives of his own. 3v2 on this retake. Time becoming a problem. Shazam deep. Able to find 1 more. Long range shot's not going to connect. 1v2. Not going to happen. Zombs. Sentinels, somehow! Already a threat itself that he exists on the server, so let's see if they can break through. There is that grav. That slows him down yet again. Now Shazam's in position. 25 seconds on the clock. Tens. Goodness, he's looking like Mel Gibson in The Patriot. He's just everywhere. He's on A, he's on B. From Sick, honestly, kind of gave the edge away. Now it's back even 3-on-3. Sentinels do still have some footholds, though, on this site. And now the info comes through with that blip on double stack box. But in the meantime, Ziff and Scuba also strike. It leaves Shazam alone. 1v2. He does have Spike. He's got time. He'll get the plant. But this is a tougher clutch for him to handle. No utility. No recon bolt.
Has to do this the old-fashioned way. He sees both. I'm sure the pleasantries exchanged were anything but pleasant, and Ziff will make sure this overtime 0 point will come through. Imagining it will get a lot of suppression, if not information. But you got to find a way to still capitalize on this take. There's the flash. Ten's now to peak. Takes the first. Looking for the double. It's Ten's on 2. Last player left alive for the Knights is Frosty. It'd be a 1v3 for him. He gets the second. A 1v1. Bang! Frosty for 3. And it's the Knights that yeah, you have to rely that Ban will miss a shot and you can immediately trade. And that is at least the initial call. The problem is Scuba's here to assist. And that may be enough as he's able to take down one more. 2v4 situation. Ziff over the middle of the map is going to be denied by the door, so he realizes, okay, let me see if I can break this as soon as humanly possible. Shock dart over the top brings Zombs down to 4 HP and also denies the plant. Now all the members of the Knights still here, 20 seconds on the clock. Zombs trying to plant for Shazam, who knows at this point that he's going to probably have to clutch from this backside A.
And Shazam could get flanked. He has no idea. This is so stressful.
Oh, and it's not clean. Not clean from Shazam. It's going to be Knights. 2 straight rounds off of an impressive 1v3 from Frosty. They get it done off of the opening first bloods.
Cheese play, but I have a feeling as we get ready for map 2, we're not going to see that. And in fact, we don't. It's apparently at 19,000 likes as well. So call them on their bluff. There's still potentially a third map if they can pick up the win here.
And, you know, they have just barely a positive win rate on the map. And that's a great little double swing, though. High and low. They get 2 kills and Spike down. And maybe a chance to even claim some weapons. Sick trying to save the day from outside of Hookah. Will get 1 back. But now getting pressured from Ban up top. But he reacts really well. Yeah, that's big. He's kind of starting to take away some of the fear out of this round.
Oh, and he gets across. Oh, my goodness.
I thought.
And, of course, potential, maybe more beyond that. Sick. It's more on just 3 HP. I don't know.
How has Sick just been a hero from 3 health? That looked like such a scary round. That's those initial 2 kills on the B push, but somehow Sick has just completely canceled that out, and now they have a comfortable post plant.
Ziff up top, long range engagement. Trying to get some tags into Tens, who changes the angle. More shoulder peeks coming through. And as Frosty falls, Sick could potentially ace.
With 3 health.
What, 3 of his kills have been on 3 HP already.
Yeah. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Imagine.
Wait.
No.
Paint shells to finish? No.
Oh,
there it is!
Yeah, I mean. Lately, actually, and some of the other play we've seen this year, but yeah, this is still Sentinels being the Kings. They're just going to burst through with that showstopper, looking for space. Sick gets the kill with the showstopper. Good catch from Ban, though, to lock down Octagon. Yeah, this is big. That's a big kill to get just to have. Oh, now it's gone. Well, short-lived.
Sick playing again forward, and the Nebula this time nobody expects it. Still surviving on low HP, takes another 2 with him. Leaving Ziff for a 1v3, and he will not get the best of Tens.
Just having a lot of heavy hitters and just try to frag out.
Well, Ban was getting a bit curious on when that hit was going to come. Paint Shells was being held the entire time defensively, so Scuba now on site, trying to get a little bit of help from the guiding light, but it's Sick who's able to find one. Tens responds, blind showstopper to the Nebula defensively will find absolutely nothing. And now Ten starts to tee off just a touch. 4v2 situation. Spike gets planted, Tens on 3. And it all falls on to Gangsta, who can do nothing but fall to the rifle of Dapper. 5-0 up our Sentinel.
Interesting.
Zom's completely caught off guard. That'll be good for a first blood. Dapper wants to try to take this back. Collects the first kill, but there'll be nothing more. That's going to be a weapon here for Frosty, most likely, if he does decide to push a little bit further forward. But Sentinels, recognizing this threat, have tracked back through the caves. And now could potentially recontest through Market.
Oh.
And oh, no. It goes down. Scuba gets the informational read, and that will be good on elimination for Sick. This aggression from Knights working out nicely so far.
Yeah, it is. I just feel like Sentinels weren't checking a couple of key corners. Like, they really probably should have cleared out Hookah there with Sick when he was trying to backtrack. And now, yeah, they're just getting a wrench thrown in the middle of the things here. It's all on to Shazam. Just getting run through the blender. They have such good crossfires. He's able to start picking apart a couple of fights here, but just runs out of HP in the end. Scuba will finish the job. That's a flop. I think he knows that there's probably someone up on the left-hand side. So he has Dapper holding his right while he's trying to poke this left. Gets caught, though.
Still gets one. Frosty on the corner nearly takes down more. Seekers comes through. There's the guiding light. Even pushing through, the Snakebite Band will collect this double. But the position over through Octagon was never defensively held. Aldrone scouted that out, but Ban still pushing forward, has denied more space through mid. And it's just, again, I love this from Knights for a number of reasons. The first being they're not backing down to Sentinels' aggression.
No, they're not at all. The 10s, though, still has a chance to maybe pull this thing off in a 1v2, but Spike is down in dangerous territory, and while he's got full HP, Knights are gathered up together to play this one out as a team. He might get this 1v1 against Scuba, though. Ban's not quite at the angle to face together, but as soon as he comes out, they...
Nolan home. Playing through Octagon still as Zoms to try to watch the opposite side of this flank, and Gangsta just spams through the Viper Spin and gets a headshot, so that makes things much more doable. But Scuba on the opposite side, he finds timing onto Zoms, just up to Dapper, 1v2. Gets the first through the backside of the Viper's pit. Viper on Viper action. Scuba up top, nothing there. Dapper comes up clutch once again for the Red Bull clutch and a Sentinel. Finally, the showstopper near the end of its fuse will be thrown over towards Showers. Does not connect even for damage. And once again, Sick in a very advanced position. Denied as Scuba just runs and guns him from the corner. Ban on the flank. Gonna collect another. And then even behind that, there's Tens to try to challenge. Shazam will eventually get the trade, but it comes at a huge cost. 3v2 we go.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy here from Sentinels in the post plant, but Shazam at least reels it somewhat back into control, but they're still down a man. It's up to Zoms trying to halt this Lance push. He does get what he needs, and it sets up the 1v1 for Shazam against Frosty.
Oh, he gets
the info with the recon ball. He's trapped in the corner, however, that's the problem, and Frosty runs him down. And even with low HP, he'll come up with the clutch, and that's
on essentially haymaker after haymaker at one another in the opening 15 seconds of rounds. Boombot will go through. Ziff still has 2 blast packs to potentially take away space quickly if he wants to burst his way on towards site. Gangsta, no utility at the moment, neither does Scuba. So here they go. Tens reads the first, knives out, he collects. And the last one left is Scuba. Nothing he could do there. Too many members to deal with Sentinels. So now, I think chat starts to say 9-3 curse question mark. We'll find out. So far, though, for Sentinels, good stuff on this way through, even using the Hunter Siri to clear off backside of elbow. Sick just making sure nobody gets into sight. And the spike gets planted. 5v2. Scuba from the back. He would have to do something unbelievable just to even create space for Ziff to work with. He's already being chewed up by shock darts.
Yeah, it's just Sentinels being so explosive, so reactionary off that
utility here, though.
pick. Yeah, maybe, but they're still just so far behind, and all the angles are being covered. Ziff, though, gets a couple from elbow. What's happened here? It's short-lived.
Sick catches a shoulder, paint shells immediately as the response, and whoa, wait a second, backing through the guiding light was Ban, and that actually works out nicely because Zoms was completely deterred by the flash. Ban even finding more now with the frenzy, but Sick quick to recover the lamp's position as Scuba gets the plant off. Paint shells to flush him away, but that actually does more than that. It finds the kill, and now all of a sudden Sentinels lost with 2. Yeah, it's true.
He's in the sewers. Anyway, we're going to get into Sentinel's attempt at a retake here. Staffer's going to catch Ziff with the frenzy, but they're still pretty far behind here. Promise it wasn't on purpose.
Let that one sit there.
Yeah.
Gravity Well will make life a bit difficult for Dapper. Tens at least finding one response kill, but time becoming a problem. He's going to have to try to hold for this eventually. Double swing comes through, and oh my goodness, nearly. And that will slow things down just a touch.
Yep.
Here they come.
Grapple and Snakebite come in. Shock Dart no clears under heaven, and it allows him to get out and to open the fight, but Dapper is just catching them all from elbow with that Phantom, and Shazam will shore it up as well, leaving it down just to Ban.
Not a lot of an opportunity here. He knows obviously he's got pressure to his left, and then immediately more Sentinels members to deal with. Gets 2, not bad, but largely, yeah. Well, Frosty's going to make the way over. They're actually not going to fully even bother trying to regrowth, and Sick is going to take down 2 just by way of the paint shells. Free utility, by the way. So as Ganks is able to take 1 in return, the second set of paint shells finds more. Sick almost acing with just 1 ability. Eventually, there is at least some eliminations to speak of for Knights. Shazam backing away, but cannot get out of the line of sight of Frosty, and it turns into a Frosty 1v3 in technicality. And he will not expect Zoms to lurk back in towards sight. It's our side. And Tens has read this. They both chip away at each other as the take towards A is trying to come through. Sick even moving very quickly, but Frosty is given so much space, he does at least take down 1 with him. Tens able to get the trade, but as the spike gets planted, Dapper's going to use that as a chance to just mix the toxins. And that will lead to an opportunity to try to retake, and Dapper finding the 3rd elimination means it's all on to Scuba. Oh boy. This would be a very difficult 1v3, but both Viper's pit kind of intersecting means that decay will happen on both sides. Scuba holding in a corner. There's a good first elimination. Dapper toggles for the spike. looking to re-change up where exactly he's positioned. He's found himself some actual time to work with here. Dapper's down to 1 HP off the decay. Shazam is not necessarily what I would call healthy, but Shazam takes away the back angle, gets the confirmed trade. No 1v3 here. Sentinels will take map number 2, 13-5.
Yeah. A nice first map from Knights, but Sentinels say
up happening because I do think the Knights have played a wide variety of different comps overall. Like they have played the Breach in the past, not looking that exciting with the Knights this time around. But I do have to say the Chamber for Dapper is something I'm a big fan of personally.
Also super strong on both sides of the map. Near 60% win rate on both attack and defense. Meanwhile, Knights, they struggle on attack on this map.
Well, here we go. Quick take already making its way through Garage as Sentinels will find the first blood. Zombs coming back up as the delayed peek happens through Long. Ziff is not able to respond to it, but there are a lot of low health pools. Maybe a chance to take a couple more with him, but not going to happen as Ban had gotten slowed up by a trade.
Because he was so good at just pressuring A by himself in the classic way you're used to seeing on this map, you know, with the cage, with, you know, denying that Infer plays VCT. They've all been smaller teams, so they have not really been tested yet on this map, is my point.
You could even argue that when they were tested by decent teams, they got kind of blown out of the water in a way.
Yep.
But we get into this round. Defensively trying to hold strong is Scuba, but it's Sick who gets the double. Numbers good for Sentinel. Spike now making its way down. Ziff looking to possibly threaten early. It's a high stack here for Sick. The kill does come through, dashing away. And his Ban will heal that up. Now it's onto the timing for Dapper. Shazam's going to back away, giving a little bit of space for these members to jump onto the site. And as they do, Shazam makes his move. Ziff looking to follow up, but there will be no chance.
Again.
The scary thing here, too, is Ban is able to find at least one nice headshot in. Is, you know, coming forward. Oh, goodness. Ban opportunity for multiple? Surely not. Surely not. But Ban's going to use the Seekers here. Tens is going to threaten early to at least deny. That'll leave a weapon to be collected. Not a lot of time on the clock here. But Ban moving, trying to check to see if Tens has gone high. Not the case. It's Tens on the low swing. Still an opportunity to find this elimination. Tens will eventually take care of it.
I think Sentinels only know about 1 or 2 of them, but they're going to start paving the way forward with that Hunter's Fury. Ziff still hiding in the corner. Seekers come out, though, to allow them to get some intel. There are defenders towards Sewer's position, but knowing's half the battle. They need to get out the frags, and now they start flowing in.
Catch that, Frosty. Scuba, now the last one left. 1v2 situation. Cosmic Divide will fade, as Scuba will have a chance to get in here. Actually slips through the star placement of Zombs. Had an opportunity for the 1v1, but Zombs damage, but
nothing.
It's Ten's already out. And so now the Cosmic Divide's going to come through, try to recontest this, but you still have shock darts available for Shazam. And you still have players that offensively are still contesting from the front side. Ziff, though, an unbelievable quick scope onto Tens for the first elimination. Gangsta looking to put some pressure on towards the defuse. Sentinels looking to check this. Flash comes out halfway on the lockdown, but here comes the follow-ups. 3v1. Sick last one left. Trying to hold in the backside of sight, but will not be allowed to. And well, Dust
as towards a site. He's
walks
gonna
into
walk
sight.
up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because the Trailblazer went Sewers. He's just walking up. Oh, Ban, though, checks it. So good.
Good isolation to follow onto Dapper as well. So now it's on to Tens with this Blade Storm to jump on in. Updraft first and foremost. Ban is just holding the same angle, though Ten's not expecting that. Turns into a double for Ban. Ziff now on the way forward. Good with the operator for 1. And Gangsta follows up beautifully.
And they're going to chase him down with this Hunter's Fury, but good dash.
Oh, goodness. The updraft was not exactly perfect, but Scuba actually keeps things safe, and then Ziff turns the aim back over towards Garage Alley for a second. Dapper still in the same position as Shazam is able to at least get 1 confirmed trade, but with this pressure, Dapper's got to go to the rendezvous and finds himself a free angle onto Ban, but Ziff still holding strong, denies Sentinel's intention, which was a push through C long. Last peek, not going to come through. Ziff for the triple, and this is established that the threat is 100% imminent. Ziff backed up, has to go to the Blaze as he's caught on sight and revealed. Will drop. Scuba in the back corner, doesn't finish the second kill. Oh, he tried to transfer just a touch too early, and Sick will punish. Cosmic Divide coming through. Ban and Frosty, the last 2 defenders left.
And that stun stops him from trying to punish around the wall before it finishes blooming. He now tries to stun and guiding light himself in, does get the flash here, gets a kill, but Sentinels mop up from that point forward. But now C-Site is free. And Dapper's cutting off the rotation that late. Oh, he gets caught, though. What a shot from Ziff, and now a lockdown for the retake.
The fact that Ziff even expects that in the first place is unbelievable. Lockdown comes through, but it's immediately destroyed. Tens responds once again, playing aggressively through the defensive spawn. Frosty, the next contestant, nothing there. And Sentinels finish the half 8-4.
Read on this with this frenzy up close, maybe even good for a kill or two. As Tins actually picks one off as well at B, and now Shazam can strike, but he just misses everything, and now A site will be taken. Zoms, though, actually decides to come in and play with the frenzy. Could he disrupt this?
Nanostorm pushes that one side, guiding light in the other, but Scuba takes the head right off of Zoms. And what a pistol this has been from Knights. All of the early pressure from Sentinels denied. Dapper has existed through the Nebula. Tens up top, a little bit of a fight coming through, but as Dapper falls, it's all up to Tens. What can you do? Tries to get rid of the sentry turret. A little more resilient than I thought he thought it was.
Yeah,
And yeah, everyone's just looking up. Dude. Everyone's just, it's no way.
Yeah, bro, they're all stargazing down there. Just waiting down. Knights has such good post plant positioning, but okay, look at this.
Lean coming through. Frosty going to be overwhelmed, and as Gangsta and Scuba will back up to play this a little bit differently. Tens is already sticking for the defuse. No one is quite able to get here to deny that halfway point, but as Scuba finds one, it allows a chance for Gangsta to try to swing. Regrowth coming through. Still plenty of time for Sentinels to keep playing around with this. There's the recon vault, but with Ziff down to low HP, and yeah, here we go.
This is scary. They might not check in. Oh! The guiding light plays bodyguard, and Frosty gets the kill.
There's no way, dude. How many pellets did that bird just eat for breakfast?
Oh my god, dude.
And Ziff is able to finally come through. He got regrowthed up, and Tens will fall. 5v3. Band still playing a little bit of a gatekeep here through Garage. What has happened here? Sentinels, do you even try for this? Sika's going to try to flash forward, but he'll be denied as Ziff is able to get the wall bang, and Shazam has no option.
Now lead the way into A-Site, going to clear out all these corners and let them know, okay, Sentinels are having to play a little bit of retake here, but now these counter shock darts are slowing down their progress onto A-Site, allowing Sentinels to get into better positions.
No way.
And look at this, Tins and Shazam clamp down. Tins over the top with the ult for the first, and Shazam chimes in as well. And oh, Ban gets caught also. No way.
Ban plays forward, trying to take away the link, and now all of a sudden Tens has the freedom to come back into sight. There's no way it happens that easily for Sentinels retake. Knights will quickly rewrap.
Rotation.
I think it does too, especially this last one that's still clearing out A long. Now Zoms in towards Garage, good for one. Tens up top, the next one to be tested on this defense. And from the elevated position, he's able to burst right back away after his first elimination. Scuba trying to still work forward, but Knights are being picked apart. Oh no, Dapper on the way through gets more. Not a lot of time, and it's Dapper who just puts the nail in swiftly to the coffin. We'll see. That was a lot of trust for Ziff to connect. There's the Owl Drone first thing forward. Ziff using it as a bit of a bodyguard. Two defenders on the site, though, for Sentinel. Ziff over the top. Does not find it!
No way.
It's an immediate rendezvous away at the last second. Zoms still holding on to sight. Gets 3. And Tens has information that Frosty's close. Oh, that's so unfair.
And this is looking grim.
Flash through, but no challenge defensively. As Knights do continue to push their way through Link. Dapper already on, like you mentioned. Still have a number of defense members here for Sentinels, but it's going to be Ban and Scuba that take care of everybody, 2 apiece. And that's good for a plan, and likely with that, we'll see. Sentry turret deleted. Shock dart will largely connect onto Frosty. Second one may actually finish him. Oh, he's down to about 1 HP. And oh, Shazam does find the lurker. The Nebulas all encompass the choke points, but Sentinels are already, again, still in sight. Ziff, huge first blood in this engagement towards Zoms. But Dapper, the double, but nothing behind it. Frosty confirms the sight. And with that, also the spike being planted. Tens and Shazam in a 2v2. The shock dart's chewing away a lot of the health so far, leaving Scuba a 1v2 to extend the map. Playing from Link. Tens over the top. Not gonna get the best of Shazam, though, in the first point of contact. And Sentinels will win 13-8 in 3 maps, 2 of which were very tight, but in the end, Sentinels just too good in their map pool.